Ben Shapiro has this whole kind of weird stalkery thing going on with Ocasio-Cortez. And that's the whole thing. She won't debate him. He's angry about it, etc. But the question is, why does he keep going on about it? Why is this a thing that keeps coming up? And it's not just him. You see this out of a lot of conservative men. They simply cannot stand her. Now, I personally don't like her because she falsely portrays socialism as social democratic reforms, some kind of garbage like FDR or possibly even Abraham Lincoln. This is social democracy. It's not socialism. They've got nothing to do with us. And she runs around giving, here's the free college, here's the free health care. Oh, this is socialism now. And that's false. That's not what socialism is. It's literally a defense of capitalism against revolutionary potential. But that's beyond the scope of this video. So why is it? Why do so many conservative men lose their bloody mind when it comes to Ocasio-Cortez? Now, a lot of commentators will say that this has to do with seeing a powerful woman in position, particularly a young one. And this is something that's naturally antagonistic to them and their conservative sensibilities. Now, I would agree to a large degree that that would be correct. But I think there's another aspect to this. Now, this is something I don't think anybody else has actually talked about, but this is something that I do want to put out there. I think there's a problem when they see an attractive woman espousing things that they don't like, and they get a conflicted feeling about it. And I don't think that they even realize it. I think what's wrong is they're seeing something they hate in that a particular viewpoint that they cannot stand, that they are the antithesis to, but is coming out of someone that they find sexually attractive. And then that causes conflicting feelings. And in that confusion, or that inability to resolve that emotional conflict, they get angry. And I think that's far more common than people think. Okay, how did I get that idea? Because at one time I was guilty of it myself. When Sarah Palin originally ran as, for vice president, she was sexually attractive. There's no doubt about that. But she was also, goddamn, one of the worst human beings I've ever seen. And that causes a conflict in emotions. And now, in retrospect, looking back, I can see that's what it was. I didn't understand that at the time. It was like 10 years ago. But now I do. Now I recognize that, and I see that in conservative men, that irresolvable contradiction in feelings. And this is like an epiphany I've had about it, and something that I've noticed. And I think that this is a perfectly valid explanation as to why there was so much vitriol sent towards that. Now, on the other side, I can definitely see why a lot of older gentlemen in the conservative establishment, ones that are actually in power, would see Ocasio-Cortez as an easy target, or what they believe to be an easy target. She's young, so they feel that they can attack her and it will have more effect because of that, because she's so young and doesn't have the kind of political experience or the process of callousing oneself towards public assaults. I think they're mistaken, but I think that's how they definitely see it. I mean, look at the video of Ocasio-Cortez coming out dancing in college. Who cares? Exactly, of what relevance is that? What does that even matter? So she was dancing in a video in college. But the rabid viciousness over it was incredible, over something that means nothing. At first, I thought it was just, the petty, kind of conservative attacking that we all know very well. But there just seemed to be something else to it. I kind of had thinking, do conservatives just see someone who's happy and, because they're so fucking miserable themselves, feel that they have to dump all over this person, and the fact that she is a symbol of liberalism inside the government, pushing things in a direction that they don't want it to go. I think this might have been a lot of, she looked really hot in that video, and this bothered them, because they can't resolve that conflict between hating her for what she represents and their sexual attraction for her. And I think that's definitely what it is. Because I see how I felt about Sarah Palin. And I kind of see that same kind of mentality in these guys as well. So I definitely think that's where that's coming from. But you know what? Tell me what you think. How do you see this? Why do you think that there's such a conservative obsession over her? And for some reason, like a really intense desire to mock her appearance, to, with the exaggerated teeth, intentionally using unflattering pictures rather than making a rational argument. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comment section what you think that this nonsensical attacks against her are. I mean, there was perfectly valid reasons to be against the positions that she has. But why is there such an overwhelming desire to attack her personally, when she really hasn't done anything personally that would warrant it? Like, you could point to Newt Gingrich and say, well, look at him shooting off his mouth about family values while having been divorced multiple times and cheating on his wife, infidelity. And then turning around and never shutting up about Christian values. So there's a definite personal thing there. There's a real hypocrisy there by him. But that kind of hypocrisy isn't there with Ocasio-Cortez. So let me know in the description what you think about that. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.